You know those situations when you laugh so hard, something so funny that whatever you're drinking like somehow comes up and comes out your nose, and then it just like makes the whole situation even funnier. I had a moment where something came out my nose, but it wasn't for something funny. At least not as it was happening. Looking back, it was maybe there's a bit of humor in it, but at the time it was strictly business. So I was hanging out with my mates. This story happened back when I was at school. And there was my mate. There was a new guy that had kind of like recently joined that year. His name was Darren, and Darren was an absolute legend. Me and him were good mates. We hit it off. Um, and so this happened. This story happened the first time that I went to Darren's house. So I went over to old Daz's house, and his mum, Shaquifa, she had like some groceries in a bag, and so me and Daz just chilling in the kitchen, and Shaquifa comes into the kitchen, puts the groceries on the bench, and she looks at us boys and says, "Hey, how you going?" And then she's like, "Oh, can you boys please put these groceries into the pantry and into the fridge and all that?" And me and Daz like, "Yeah, right, no worries." I was like, "Yeah, come on, I'll be a good bloke. Gotta make a good impression on Shaquif." So me and Daz are putting it away, and there's a head of lettuce in amongst all the groceries. And Daz and I both we enjoy a bit of basketball. So this head of lettuce is reminding us of a basketball. And look, yeah, we're working on our free throw form, and then we're crossing each other up with this head of lettuce. Good bit of fun. One of us ends up holding our hands in a ring to make like a hoop shape, and then the other one's like doing fadeaways and stuff. And we're hitting some absolute highlights. Kobe Bryant would be proud. And then we're having good fun. And then there was a phone. I think it must have been Shaquifa's phone. She'd left it on the bench, and we're like, "Oh, dude, surely we hit a trick shot with the lettuce, and then we'll film it on the phone." Seemed like a fantastic idea at the time. So yeah, we're doing it. I have the lettuce. Daz has got like his hands in a hoop, and then I hit like this sick 1-2 hezzy dream shake step back fader, and unfortunately the head of lettuce flies not into the man-made hoop, but flies into, and this is where things go downhill, a vase of roses, and it smashes the vase of roses. And so it makes a big noise, and it's just not ideal. And then we hear Shaquif go, "What was that? What was that, boys?" And me and Daz all panicked because I did not want to get in trouble with Shaquif. It was my first time ever going to their house. So me and Daz, we clutched up in about the 15 seconds that it took for Shaquif to get from wherever she was in the house to the kitchen to see what the noise was. Daz and I picked up the lettuce, chucked it to him. He's put it in the fridge, and then so we're like, all right, evidence of that is hidden. Now we just need to frame someone. We need to make a cover up. So Daz grabs the family dog, a little Jack Russell, and puts it on the bench right next to where the vase of roses were. And as he lets go, and we're both standing there, and Shaquif walks around the corner and just sees the dog standing next to the broken vase. And, I mean, it worked. We were like, "Oh, you stupid dog, what are you doing?" And she was like, "Oh, this damn dog." Kicked it outside the house, put it out in the backyard. And me and Daz, we held it together. And then as soon as we got by ourselves, we were just like, "Dude, that was actually one of the most insane things we've ever done." We were dapping each other up. We were talking about writing a book about this. We're figuring out how we're going to get a movie deal. It was an insane moment. A highlight of our lives. Terrible throw, but man, the recovery from Daz was unbelievable. So that set the afternoon off in good stead, and so we just hang out for the rest of the afternoon, and then the plan is that my parents are going to come around and meet Darren's parents for a meal, for dinner that night. That's what the groceries were for. And so everything goes well. My parents come around, we meet their family, everyone's getting on really well. And while we're sitting at the table eating our meal, Shaquifa and my mum are talking about their vegetable patches or something. It wasn't the most interesting conversation. I don't remember any of it, but I remember that Shaquifa said, "Oh, I've got some new head of broccoli coming up." And my mum goes, "Oh, that's really interesting. How far along are they?" And then Shaquifa goes, "Oh, well, I'll show you. I've got a photo of them." Um, and that's when Daz and I, we both must have realized that at the exact same time. We're like, there's a photo, there's footage of the lettuce smashing the vase, and she's going to see it at the dinner table, and then we're going to be absolutely exposed for our elite cover-up job, really. But I don't think Shaquif was going to see it that way. So, oh, dude, as Shaquif says to my mum, "I'll just pull out my phone and show you." Me and Daz were sitting next to each other eating our meal, and Daz looks up to me just like, and I looked at him and just kind of, as a culmination of like, oh my goodness, what is going? So adrenaline dropped, and I looked at Daz, and I didn't do a good impression over there, but his face was just priceless, and I just went, and I was drinking, I think it was apple cider or something, straight out my nose, and all over my meal, and then so that caused an absolute scene. Everyone like then looks at me, um, and then Shaquif has to go off and get a wipe to like wipe up the mess that I've made of all this cider coming at me, schnoz. Um, but while she's doing that and everyone's paying so much attention to me, Daz sneaks onto his mum's phone, quickly deletes all evidence of cabbage smashing lettuce, and then returns the phone, and we return to our seats, and it's as if nothing had happened. And this is possibly the greatest moment of our lives. This day, after this, we were like, all right, so when does the FBI, like, what age can we sign up for FBI? Because this is one of the greatest things we've ever done. This day, we've had two absolute stingers, just unbelievable, thinking on our feet. Well, I mean, I'll be honest, it was mostly Daz. I actually did the two blunders, which, you know, my bad. I'll wear that one on the chin, Darren. But yeah, dude, what a moment. And we were just riding high for the rest of the year. And me and Daz, we still talk about that to this day. That we ought to be on True Detective or something. Because, bro, what a moment. Anyway, peace.